Welcome to Costa Rica. In this video, we're going to take you on a wild ride through the best of Jaco, from stunning beaches, jungle waterfall tours, local ruins, to ziplining adventures, where the Pacific coast meets the jungle. Our trip started with an overnight flight from Saskatchewan. We made our way to Liberia, Costa Rica. Costa Rica has a phrase that is more of a lifestyle, a way to live. They say pura vida. They mean pure life, and that is exactly how you're welcome into Costa Rica. We landed and headed right to the car rental place. We had about a 4-hour drive ahead of us as we made our way across the country to our first stop on this 2-week adventure. From the moment we arrived in Jaco, we knew things weren't going to go exactly as planned. The first challenge we faced was trying to get a hold of our first accommodation for our Airbnb. It was located close to the beach and attached to a hookah bar, which I had no clue. We had come from -30 and now it was +30, and we were not in the mood to be carrying our bags around. We realized that the language barrier was going to be a significant hurdle right away. Not many locals spoke English, and our Spanish was very limited to a few phrases. We were trying to rely on hand gestures and Google Translate and a lot of patience, but we somehow muddled our way through it, and we got to a conclusion that we could leave our bags inside the locked area behind the hookah bar where the Airbnb was located, and they told them to leave them there, and they would leave them under the cameras, and they would move them to our room when it was ready. And well, here goes nothing. Pura vida is exactly what we were thinking as we left them there, and we went the afternoon exploring the black sand beach of Jaco. One of the places we went and ate a lot was the Jaco Walk. The Jaco Walk had pizza, it had all sorts of like barbecue food and ice cream, and a breakfast place we went to often for coffee and croissants. And then they had chocolate, and they had entertainment in the evenings. It was a very nice place. It was a bit of a walk from our Airbnb, but thoroughly enjoyable to go down there for the food and entertainment. Okay, our second Airbnb was located on the beach, more or less. It was a parking lot, then the beach. And it was like a hotel. It was called Hotel Jaco, but it was Airbnbs inside of there. It came with, like, there was a lobby, like front desk area, all the rooms. There was a pool. There was a restaurant with super good food there too. We ate breakfast there many times and sat there and had drinks in the evening. I would 100% recommend this hotel to anyone looking to stay in Jaco, especially as close to the beach, so we could sit on the beach and then walk back to our room and get drinks and use the washroom and stuff like that, which was really nice. Jaco Beach is 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles long of black sand. One of the highlights from Jaco was the incredible ruins of El Muro. We hiked up to them, so we walked along the beach from our second Airbnb, and then we hiked up the hill to get to El Muro. So it is a 1.3 kilometer hike, elevation change of 168 meters. As we were walking over to El Muro, a lot of the locals knew where we were trying to go, and they would direct us, and they would tell us where the path was and how to get there. And everybody knows basically why you're in that area when you're walking around. And they did warn us, don't step on a pile of leaves because there could be snakes in there. And I've heard that Costa Rica has poisonous snakes, and when you're up there, I'm not sure where the antivenom is, so I was definitely avoiding any pile of leaves. Okay, the story of Elmira. The story goes, a wealthy man sought to build a mansion, maybe even a hotel and restaurant up on the mountain, giving breathtaking views of the Jaco coastline. The rich owner passed away before he could complete his mission, and the building was abandoned. Abandoned, the years, the seasons had made their marks on the building. Vegetation overgrew it, the white colonnades faded, and over the years it became a wide-scale canvas for local artists. But of this decay comes beauty. It is now effectively a makeshift museum of contemporary street art, and it is a constant evolution as the artists build upon what was there before, or add new pieces to the parts that have faded. One of the excursions we did while we were there was, I think I found it on TripAdvisor, but it was hiking or climbing 10 waterfalls somewhere out in the jungle. And I'm not very confident that I signed up for the right thing. There was a doctor that signed up with us, so that gave me a little bit more confidence that somebody else had found this trip. This is essentially 2 teenage kids that took us out into the middle of the jungle, and they took us up, climbing up waterfalls with no helmets or anything like that, so it was very scary. There was jumping into deep pools of water at the end of waterfalls and stuff like that. So there was ropes and kind of rocks marked with color, so you knew which one to kind of step on. But these 2 kids took us up these 10 waterfalls, and then after we were done, we walked back down. And we walked back down to a place, and they had fresh fruit for us, and then we went and had a Costa Rican authentic lunch after at a super yummy restaurant. And of course, I didn't take a photo of that either. But like I said, I'm not sure I recommend this one to anybody because I'm not sure how safe it was. I would say one of the most unforgettable parts of our trip to Jaco was the stunning sunsets we witnessed like every night. We either walked on the beach, or we sat on the beach, or we sat on our balcony and watched the sun fade from pink to orange. It was like pure magic right there with having the sunset on the ocean. It was beautiful, and watching people fish into the sunset, it was definitely one of the things I will not ever forget about this trip. Manuel Antonio is a park, and it is a bit of a drive from Jaco, but it is 100% recommended. It is worth the drive. It is a tight squeeze once you get into Manuel Antonio with all the people and all the cars and the hills, so it is a little bit harder to drive in there. But we signed up for a guided tour, so our guide met us thankfully at a parking lot and walked us in. But it is a park with animals, and he takes you through and he shows you all sorts of animals. We've seen hummingbirds, and we've seen sloth, and we've seen monkeys. It was pretty incredible walking through there, seeing all the vegetation and stuff like that. And as the tour ended, we ended up down at the beach. And the beach in here was like a cove full of white sand. It was so beautiful. It was so different than the Jaco sand, because the Jaco sand is so dark, and this was so white. You can hang out down there, and there was, I think, a cafeteria or something just at the top of the hill before you could go down to the beach if you wanted something to eat or drink as well. And then we could make our way slowly back out of the park after we were done. So we did tour around a little bit after, down some of the other paths. And then we topped it off with a coconut, of course.
Alright guys, see you down there somewhere. Welcome to the platform number 1, guys. Now take a look how much. On the block, we need 2 hands on the top first, face to me. Good job. You guys done it before, right, Derek?
Never.
No? First
Never.
time?
First time.
First time like me?
Yeah.
Sit down, please. Big weak hand on the strap. Sit complete on your harness. Cross your legs. Bend your knees. Excellent. Perfect like this, Candice. And don't squeeze, okay? Enjoy. Have fun. Good job. Good job. Don't quit.
Hello. Good. How was that?
That one was really long.
Really long?
Go around?
Here is the word concentration number 2.
Okay.
Here is about the venture. Okay?
Don't break.
No breaking. Only put them.
Good job. Don't break. Don't pull the.
The one excursion we did was definitely, I don't know what you would call it, but like, it was a little give and take between my husband and I did not want to do this as I am scared of heights. What do you call it?
Herradura Island, which is like the area we're in, but that island, a little part of the first Jurassic Park film was filmed.
Oh, really?
Oh, neat.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go rewatch the movie
Look for it, see if we can find it.
and then explore the island and then figure it out.
But he convinced me we needed to zip line. And thankfully we found a place that was safe and had helmets and legit stuff going on and waivers.
Let's do this.
No.
Are you sure?
He's not gonna let go. Zero chances. Zero chances.
Wanna go upside down?
Let's give her a go, I guess, eh? Everybody's doing it.
Yeah. We'll see, eh? How flexible you will be. Be careful when you come. Yeah, flip over. Yeah, your feet goes on the pulley. Exactly.
Oh,
Ready?
yeah.
Uno.
Ship
dos,
it.
bye.
Hola.
The camera.
Everything like that. So it was a very nice place. But the compromise was if I was going to zip line, he was going to have to learn how chocolate is made. So we signed up for a tour that was zip lining 10 lines, and then you go down after and you learn how to make chocolate. So the zip line was fun. It was definitely, once I got a little bit more used to it, it was more comfortable. I did not speak a lot at the beginning because it made me very scared going through there. But the guys in the tours, people that were doing it, were super amazing, and they remembered everybody's name and they asked you questions and they talked to you and recommended things. So it made life a little bit easier. Halfway through the thing, there was a pit stop where we got water. We were able to sit down for a few minutes, and then we zipped line back down to the main area. Once we were down there, then we went over to our chocolate tour, which was really fun. The chocolate tour, they showed you all the different types of, I don't know what you call it, like a fruit, and then the nuts inside, and they even had me try to chew the little thing before it was even like chocolate that you would eat. And they went through all the process of making the chocolate, and then we got to taste it. And they made hot chocolate for us at the end with our chocolate that we made. And then they had some already done into chocolate drizzle and chocolate candies and stuff like that. So it was definitely an adventure I recommend. I think it was called Vista Los Uno or something like that, the place. Yep, 100% recommend. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Please subscribe and like this video and come back, because we are gonna have a part 2 as we travel to the inner land of Costa Rica to La Fortuna, the volcano.